Alright, y'all. I just walked through the biggest spider web. Don't walk under trees in the summer. I don't know if there's spiders on me or not, but that's a future us problem. So one thing that I was getting everything set up this morning. Just checking my app. Just checking, you know, the times, the baits, you see this right here? That's a turtle. Something moving in the grass right here. I wonder if it's a turtle. And it reminded me though to, planning, now of course there's lawnmowers, but planning is always essential to fishing. I mean, you always want to plan out your day. You always want to plan out your baits. You always want to plan out what you're going to throw. I mean, a lot of times you're going to throw roughly the same thing, so there doesn't have to be a ton of planning involved, but you want to check, just kind of have a game plan. And that being said, that wasn't quite as far as I actually got a whole bunch of baits in a mail yesterday, and a few of them I can, I got stuck in this cattail. A few of them I can actually throw today. They'd be a good bait for today. So I'm gonna show you what those are, and we're gonna kind of test those out. I apologize in advance for all the lawn care machines, but really, if there wasn't mowers, is it really a fishing video? Mostly it's that when you catch a fish, you have to drag them through all of this, which is a good thing I have braid on here, although it's tied to a fluorocarbon leader. I believe that leader is, oh man, I'm telling y'all, they're just messing with me. That fluorocarbon leader, I think, I want to say it's like a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. So what's going on here is like, it's all these little taps. So there could be a couple things. It could just be like a smaller fish, or they're just not quite as aggressive, so they're just kind of tapping it. Another thing it could be is color selection. Sometimes, I don't know what it is, but I found that like when certain colors, I don't know if they can't see the whole thing or they aren't sure quite what it is or what, but it's like they're able to get the whole bait in their mouth if it's a different color. And I'm not sure what about the color. Maybe it's the clear and sparkles, or maybe it's just like it feels like an all dark, it's just easier to see the entire outline. I'm not really sure what about those colors makes the difference. And I say that, it doesn't seem like this color really has an issue, other than I think what the problem is here is that it's probably smaller fish that just aren't fully committing. Dude, I want it's a baby. That's what kind of we're talking about. So this right here is what we're talking about right here. Which makes a lot of sense. We're gonna switch hands. Oh, that came out. See, little bitty old baby. So, is there a closer? I felt bad for trying to toss him over all this vegetation last time, so I'm gonna find a closer spot to toss him. Here we go. Is this all solid right here? There we go. So, I got the first fish. Got the skunk out of here. The mows are leaving, so that's fun. And again, it was exactly what we were saying. It's just smaller fish that just aren't kind of fully prepared to commit. I'm not sure what just happened to this too. So, which that we can typically work with by just being consistent and persistent. Throwing the same thing in there and just giving it time, giving them a little bit extra number of opportunities as well as the quality of opportunity. Because like we saw yesterday, there are big ones in this corner and they want to bite. They just might have a little bit harder time biting. Now today is also not as good as a day as it was yesterday, but, and you know what? I do this a lot where I'll get stuck on one bait because it's catching fish. And although I would love to catch fish, I also want to give y'all some new and different. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see this, I got a ton of new baits. Some of y'all, I don't know if a lot of people that watch my videos have any kind of opinions or issues with Guggen. I know there's some weird controversies. So this is one of their new, it's called Happy Trailers. It's like a swim bait kind of thing. Obviously really good as a trailer. And you know what? That's a new Crest City. But once that one goes bad, we'll throw one of these on. But you can also use these as a swim bait. So I got the white, the pearl flash, so it's just like the white and like the kind of clear, sparkly, and I got the black and blue. So I got those. That's our old. These are our flutes from yesterday. Oh, that's our trash. So I got these Nuke Punch kind of creature baits as well, which it's sort of like a slimmer. I wouldn't say slimmer. It's a tube version of like a bandito bug without the other smaller arms. That's kind of what I relate it to. And then these slizzards, or slizzy lizzies, as a guy that I watch calls them, which I thought was really funny. So I was gonna also call them slizzy lizzies. But we're gonna give these a try. I don't know what they're gonna really react to. This is kind of cool. All the little feet come apart. Some people don't like to pull all the little pieces off. I am one of the folks that likes to pull all the pieces off. Not off, but like detach everything. All right, so we're gonna throw that on this. Right now we have that white craw on there. And there's actually an old, so I noticed too, I accidentally bought a pack of rattling white craws, and all of the rattles fall out almost immediately. So I'm not sure what was happening there. That should be good right there. Actually, it was on the bank, and look at that. The old Lizzie. Old Slizzy Lizzie. I've never thrown this, so I have no idea. I wanted to get black and blue, but I also wanted to get white or a lighter color, and I think they either didn't have it or I just didn't end up getting it. But Black and blue does well for us sometimes too. Pretty much black and blue. For me, it's been black and blue, and then the white, kind of white or any kind of pearl, any kind of light, kind of pearly white color. Yeah, that was a good one. It was a good far cast, because right there, I think it gets deeper, kind of right in that area. And I think it's fairly deep right here, but then it gets like from about right here up, it gets really shallow. But we want to let it sink. That way we're kind of pulling across the bottom. Mostly because, although I think a fish could, I don't think that they were going to hit it in the water column. It definitely could. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if they did, but we're more likely either going to get one on the fall or pulling it across the bottom. Especially because of how quickly it would take to be pulling this through the water column. And again, you'll get a reaction bite. I'm not saying you're not going to catch one that way. I'm saying the chances are better, kind of doing it this way. All right, let's do kind of right there on the edge of that vegetation on the other side. Because I'm thinking, I wonder if they're kind of hiding up against that. And I don't know if that side ever gets fished, because that's a person's property. And unless they come out here and fish all the time. Oh, dang it. Y'all, we had one. I don't know if y'all, dang. That's the thing that sucks about pulling it through the grass. So we did have one, but obviously, as you just saw, he came off. He was a small one though. But we have one right here on the edge of this this grass right here. And unfortunately, he got stuck in the grass because he bit it right at the edge of the grass, so the grass kind of scraped him off. I'll fish this for a little bit, and then we'll probably try one of our other baits. Try that nuke tube, and then we'll also try the little happy trailer as a little swim jig, swim bait kind of thing. Because as we saw, it definitely got a bite on the lizard. Didn't get to bank him, but I'll use this as like a little table to hold all this. But let's do the white happy trailer. And y'all, I live in North Texas, so and I say that because if y'all are watching this and y'all also live in North Texas, and you're wondering, like, I'm just not able to get these fish to bite, or you're looking for a certain color to help, or with any of that, I'm hoping this will help you find the right color, so that when you go out, you're not spending a ton of time just trying to find something that will get a bite. I'm hoping this will kind of be the testing phase for you. We're gonna get one of these over here. One thing I might try is going and getting that weightless fluke. There we go. That's a decent one. Oh, that's a good one. Just gotta sneak in. Oh, he tumbled. Look at that, y'all. I told y'all we were gonna get one on this. Look at that. That is a chunky fish. Look at that. That is a good bass. Look how thick he is right here. The tail's a little skinny, but look at that fish. That is a good bass right there. That is a healthy bass. Real dark, pretty line right here. The line line's not too distinctive. That's a beautiful fish. Thank you, sir, for biting. Get you back. I told you we were gonna get one on this little happy trailer. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying you can't get anything like a black and blue or any other color, or orange or red or yellow or whatever. But for me, I have caught, and you can go back in my videos and look at all this. I have caught so many fish off of white during the summertime. Off of white soft plastic. And again, that might be because that's just where I throw, but I've thrown a couple other colors, and what you don't see on video is all the catches that I don't get. And maybe if y'all really want to see it, I'll make a video of the full process. Not really like an uncut, but I'll basically do an edited video of all the casts and no catches and all that kind of stuff. And me switching up baits and trying different lures and everything. Switching up colors. There's more bait fish. Where'd they go? Right here. One to sink. Small guy. Some of those ones are a little too small. It's hard to get your finger in there and kind of scoop them out. There it goes. Should get that barb out of the way. So small guy, but hey, he's a bite, and as you saw, he was right here off the bank. Toss him back in. All right, so we have found some decent patterns here. Caught a few fish, a couple different baits. So we can try, because we've caught one with this one, or a couple ones with that one. Let's try this one real quick, just for a little bit, and then we'll probably go back to the chrome fluke. Oop. I'll kind of show y'all. So this is just like I said, super pretty well round, and she got these two little arms. So it's a solid one. I know some of the baits like this are tubes, and that one's called I think that one's called a tube. What is it called? Nuke, so it's not called a tube. But there are some like this that are called, that look like, what am I doing? that look like tubes that actually are tubes, and this one is not that. This one is not a tube. It is a solid, soft plastic. And what's nice is you can stick the hook just through these ribs right here, and then I'll kind of keep it, help make it weedless without completely burying it in the soft plastic. And that one's got some weight to it. Goodness. But what we'll do though is, since we don't have much time left, but we've caught several fish today, a few fish today, we will toss back out this fluke, this chrome guy, and see if there's still some nibbles to be had over here. And then we'll really be able to tell. Because sort of like yesterday, the fish kind of, oh, well, there was one right there. The fish just kind of moved on from this spot. Something to test. And that's what y'all should be doing too. Y'all should be testing these different theories in your head. Like, hey, let's just try this. Let's try this. And then really focus on like your retrieve, how long you're letting it sink, kind of what you're doing during a bite, after a bite, like just in testing all those different things. They just help you become a better fisher. See? That is a big bluegill. Holy crap, look at this, y'all. Look at the size of this bluegill. He came around the edge of all this grass and stuff, so he's covered in vegetation. But look at this. Hey, we're friends right now. Contrary to me just catching you. Yeah. Look at that bluegill. Beautiful. Nice pretty colors. Look at those, the white and orange and stuff on here. The blue on his gills. Beautiful. And decent size. I'm about to kind of give him a bit of a toss. There he goes. So, again, give it a shot. Jig around some cover. I know a lot of people think, well, oh, that's not the most exciting, way to catch a fish, or that's not as exciting as like reeling it in, having like that big blow up or a good hooked out in the middle of a pond. And you might be right to some degree. It might not be quite as exciting as like just reeling it in, all of a sudden you get a big bite and you just hook set, lean into it, and they're able to reel it in. But kind of like that, it's still exciting to catch a fish. And although in the moment of just jigging might not be, so there's a fish way over there, might not be super exciting, sometimes it's not super exciting things that catch fish. Last few casts, and then we gotta get to work. I think even if we leave now, we'll probably be a little bit late, but ooh. Oh, I have a fish. Yeah. This bass was probably like, what's he doing? Look at this baby old fish. I didn't even realize I had him on. Unless he bit right there by the bank or by the vegetation, like as I reeled in, which is a possibility, then I didn't realize I had him. So this is what I'm saying though. So if you're like what you've been watching me do, and you're sitting there and you're getting a ton of like little nibbles and like maybe they'll catch it and they'll run with it for a second and then they let go. Don't be discouraged thinking, sorry for the toss. Don't be discouraged thinking that you're just like not catching fish or whatever. It could be that they're just baby bass. You found some bass, which is good, but they're just baby bass. That's where all the baby bass are hanging out. You know, they're all growing up and just munching, kind of probably learning what to bite and what not to bite. But they're just not sure. They're not fully committing like what a kind of a baby adolescent bass would do. That was awesome. I'm glad we got that bite. Do a couple more casts, and even if we don't get anything, we'll have caught plenty of fish today, which is exciting. So I will say it's a little bit overcast. There's a lot more clouds this morning, which tend to have, I've just found that bass tend to be a little more active when it's a little more cloudy. Oh, that was a heavy bite. They were hitting it hard, but they just weren't. So I'm not sure how, because I had the hook exposed a little bit and everything. I didn't reset it, which maybe that was my mistake. But I know where I was getting that bite at. So let's try just tossing right there to it. Oh, that was crazy. I could see into the water a little bit, and he saw him grab it and then spit it out. Oh. See, that bluegill swallowed that one. Come on. Swallowed that guy. See, that's another thing too, is you think you're just not getting any bites at all, and it's just these guys, real pretty blue on him, all the way down his body too. Gotta give him, oh no. No. I didn't quite hold on to him tight enough. All right, come on, guy. All right, I give him a little bit more of a toss. That way I get him past all of that. All right, so I would say we had a very successful morning. I'm very excited about that. So you want to let it sink a little bit, because these weightless plastics, especially those smaller plastics, they take a little bit longer to sink. And although you don't want to be on the bottom, oh, y'all. Uh-oh. How did that happen? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. How they're able to grab it and run with it. I just need one to commit. I want one to commit. I went from gonna be to work on time to oh, did I get a fish? I think I have a fish, y'all. I do. All right. See, and again, theory kind of proves true to what I was saying. Having trouble with all these bites. They're biting it, just running away with it, not actually catching it. And this right here is why. God, feisty little feller. They're just little. They're little babies. Now we don't have a good place to wipe my hands, but we're gonna call it there. Ended on a good note. It's always fantastic to be able to leave on a good note, which if I probably mentioned it before in some of my videos, that is not always the case, especially in the summertime. So we definitely want to, like I said, leave when we can. All right. Okay, that one's already set up. That one's already set up. Everything's already set up. So we'll go ahead and call it. Whew, what a day. Didn't catch a lot of big ones. Caught one pretty decent one, but we did catch a bunch of fish, which a lot of times that's all you can really ask for. So we're not gonna be upset about that. And if you're still watching all the way to the end, I appreciate you sticking around. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment saying, you know, kind of some challenges or something you want to see done more, something you want to see done less. And just let me know how y'all's fishing is going during the dog days of summer, as they call it. This morning wasn't super hot, but it is still summertime, so those bites aren't always promised. But I'm hoping that with what I learned and what I learned from experience, I can pass on to y'all and hopefully give y'all just that much better of a chance of catching a fish when you do go out. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's see if we can't get ourselves up to 100 subscriptions. And until then, I'll catch y'all next time.